Welcome to Beauty Anthem, where we're harnessing the art of makeup as we create looks from everyday to cosplay. Today we're getting buttoned up with this look. I'm going to speed it up for convenience, but you can still see the process so you can follow along. This one's actually not too hard, so if you're new to the art of makeup, like face art, then this is a great one to try. So enjoy! Okay, let's get this party started. Get your hair out of the way. We don't want hair in the way. Do your base face however you normally would, maybe elevated just a little bit. So I'm doing my eye primer and everything. You didn't see me do my skincare stuff, and I am wearing the Blur primer, which helps for pores and wrinkles, hides them. So this is just me doing my base face. We've got the Peach Bite palette. Love it as a daily go-to palette. I'm going to add some bronzer for my pasty face. Get that in there. I'm going to warm up my mascara and lash primer against my body just by sticking it in my shirt. You can kind of see it poking out through my neck. And yeah, just a little bit of eyeshadow, nothing major. Brows, yes, that's a must for me. My brows aren't very visible, so I like to fill them in just a little bit. I do have hairs there, they're just not very visible, so I can use a mascara, whatever. Spray it in place, lock it with our time locker. Ink liner. All of these products, by the way, you can get. Just check the description. I have my Linktree link. You can go there, be a shopper. You can only purchase directly from me if you're in Canada. And if you want to join my team, though, you can get a discount. And it's free in Canada, by the way, and it's very inexpensive anywhere else. We're not in every country, but we do have quite a few countries that we're in. So give it a go. Our lips. And then we're ready to get started with the actual face art. So I'm going to draw 3 circles. They're going to be my buttons. So depending on how big you want those buttons to be, mine are about, I don't know, I'd say an inch in diameter, maybe smaller than that, 3/4 of an inch. And then we're basically buttoning 2 sides of our face together. That's kind of the illusion. Okay, so drawing it on with kind of a medium toned pencil, whatever's somewhat visible but not too stark, is really good. Yeah, I do a little happy dance with my Mayron products because they're just so fantastic. Again, links will be available. So these are affiliate links. So if you do make a purchase, I will get a little something. Thank you for that support. And it doesn't cost you any extra. So just enjoy these awesome products and yeah, have fun with it. So if you haven't tried the Mayron palettes or products, definitely go for it. Give it a go. The 8 palette is a really great one to start with because you have multiple colors in there. I would definitely get one that has a black and white in it already though, because I find that so many of the looks require it. So I'm going in with that black. I bought a separate black because you can see I don't have a black or white in my 8 color palette. This is the tropical. So I'm going to choose blue. I don't know. What do you guys think? Was blue the right choice? Would you have gone with a different color? My eyes are blue, but not this kind of blue. So I was just going off of the reference image. The person that I was going off of had chosen blue. So, as a creative person, I just decided to go with what I was following. Maybe I'm not as creative as I thought. So after I've painted in the blue, now I'm going to make it look kind of gathered, like ruching almost of the skin. It almost looks like fabric, right? The buttons are creating these tension points from the 2 sides where it's gathering the skin. So you just draw these little lines starting from the inner point out. Because if you start on the out point, you want that out point to be very light and thin. And that's harder to achieve if you start out to in, if that makes sense. Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. I tried using a brown to do those little dots and then a silver, and I'm like, no, it's not working. Black. Going in with black. This is just an eye pencil. So you can go with an eye pencil. I end up adding in the actual Mayron black after. So, you could see whichever one you want to do. Depends on how contrasting you want it to look and what tools you have. So it's up to you. If you have a thin, maybe a dip liner type of, eyeliner that you dip on, like that could work. So we want to add in some highlights as well. So I'm going to add in with the Mayron White. These are from the Paradise type of makeup that they offer. They have lots of different types, but this is one where you add water and then you mix it into a cream kind of thing. And I really like that. So we've got our buttons good to go. I'm going to use the Mirage palette. This is a new eyeshadow palette. Well, it depends on when you're watching this, I guess. When I launched this video, it was new, and it's all matte tones. So I'm trying to create like this, the shadowing around the button where the skin is kind of gathering to kind of give that more realistic look to this illusion. And I know that black section in the middle kind of throws off the whole look, but I'm going to work with it. I didn't want to try to erase it and mess with my makeup and all of that. And so I just thought, let's just try and create solutions or find solutions if we can to what I thought was a mistake. And you can let me know what you guys think, but I definitely would have made that smaller, or maybe put in another button or something. I'm not sure. Okay, so I feel like I want to make it a bit darker, and the quickest way is just to add some bronzer. So bronzer can be really great for creating illusions or just your contouring powder or cream, whatever you have. But if you have a cream, make sure you don't use a cream over top of a powder. That's going to mess it up. So as you can see, I'm going back in with the Mayron Black and just tidying up. I just want like a nice crisp line, although I made that a little thick. And then we're going to go in with some concealer. So I'm going in with a liquid concealer and a little brush, because my concealer is a little bit lighter. So with this shadowing that we've added, the bronzer, it's going to make it lighter in those areas where I add concealer. Add those in. See, there's not that much to this look, really. I mean, besides making sure you place, maybe I would take a little more time to map things out in the beginning. But other than that, there's not too much to it. It's not too difficult. Just getting those bits of highlight and low light in there, and voila. Oh wait, hold on. We got to add some lip plumper. Now we're talking. Let the hair down. Woo! All right, what did you guys think of this look? Let me know in the comments. Is this one you would try? And what do you think about the color blue? Was it a good choice? Would you have done a different color button? What are your thoughts? Well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye now.